Just 2 weeks after its most recent round, the Triton Showers National Rally Championship moved swiftly back into action for round 4, the IPS Packaging Circuit of Munster Rally. Based in Limerick, the 3 fast, narrow stages carved through the countryside between Limerick, Tipperary and Thurles. Its end of May offering positioned itself nicely ahead of June's Donegal International Rally, Ireland's biggest motorsport event, with many crews using the event as a warm-up for that 3-day extravaganza. Rally headquarters for the weekend located at the main sponsor's IPS Packaging premises located in Anacotti Business Park just outside Limerick City. With Parc Fermé and service also located in the business park, it's the ideal setup for crews and officials to have everything in one location. Claire McCann catches up with some of the crews in Parc Fermé. Championship leaders Josh Moffett and Keith Moriarty opened the road in their Toyota Yaris Rally 2, hoping to extend their advantage after recent setup tweaks made since Carlow. For Moriarty, hailing from Abbeyfield, this round was extra special, a chance to claim honours on his home event.
Josh, you're leading the championship. What's the plan going into today? Is it all about championship points now or getting ready for Donegal?
Yeah, no, here it's still concentrating on the championship today. We're still relatively early on in the season and we're maybe leading there at the minute, but I think whenever it comes towards the end of the year where drop rounds come into it, it's going to be important to have a few wins there. So look at the aim today is to try and win, but look at there's a strong lineup of competition there, so that won't come easy, but we'll try it and see what happens.
Shane Quinn and Stephen Reynolds have impressed on their first campaign in top-tier machinery and sit as Moffett's closest challengers in the championship standings.
Shane, Carlo was tough on everyone. Better conditions here this morning. Are you thinking championship points or what's the plan of action for today?
Yeah, there's a lot going through the head at the moment between, I suppose, we want to of course go to Donegal, we want championship points, we want to maximise as much as we can. I don't think it's stages out there to be, I suppose, pushing too hard and take risks on. They're very, very challenging, not to catch out on. But we're looking forward to it. The weather is dry at the moment. I'm not sure is there a chance of rain coming or not, but we'll see over the next half an hour and we'll try and make up a tyre choice and then bed in over the first few and then go push after that hopefully.
The young crew are joined in M Sport machinery by fellow Rally 2 rookies Keelan Grogan and Ayrton Sherlock, who arrive hungry after their steady performances at earlier rounds. Donegal's Eamon Kelly and Paddy McCrudden brought their Toyota to the southwest start line. They arrive in Limerick after a successful few days testing with the Toyota Gazoo racing team and Chris Meek in Donegal.
Yeah, just testing the car. We haven't had too many miles this year, so every event's really important for me at this stage. And Toyota were over last week testing these cars, and they have a new setup, so we want to try and get miles in that before Donegal, which is obviously really, really important. That's the aim of the event, just try and build it and see how the feeling is, but it's like anything, you're also competitive, so you don't want to be too far away either.
Matthew Boyle was in his Skoda Fabia Rally 2, hoping to bounce back from his Carlow retirement, though he'd do well to make it through the 9 stages as a vomiting bug plagued him on Sunday morning. Cahan McCourt piloted another Skoda, determined to make an impression on the leading positions. Kevin Eves, another Skoda representative, the Pettico man in line for a win in Carlow before a final stage crash forced him to retire. Would he be looking to take the top step of the podium today?
Carlo didn't go as planned. Are you hoping to make up for that today?
I suppose we were happy with the pace and we made a bit of a boo-boo on the last one, so look, it was good to be in the race. If we could be the same way today, we'd be happy enough, and try and get to the finish today. It'll be a big one, I suppose, with Donegal in a couple of weeks, but look, we're happy we're getting on to the pace, which is something, so we'll chip on. Unfortunately,
the Carlow Stages Rally winner Michael Boyle wouldn't be able to make it here today, but we hope to see him back at the Stone Throwers in a few weeks' time. In the modifieds, we'd see Jason Black return to the stages after his stage 3 off in Carlow. He was another looking to get a few more kilometres under the belt ahead of the Donegal International.
Jason, you had a tricky event in Carlow. Are you hoping things go a bit better today?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose slid off in stage 3 into Carlow. It's a bit unfortunate, but I'm have to watch the gravel today because that's what caught me out.
the last time, and I suppose all the stages today are very gravelly and peated, but they look good, like, so there are a few difficult bits, but you just have to take them as they come.
So the stage is set for another action-packed round of the Triton Showers National Rally Championship. Kieran Ambrose and his team have laid on some cracking stages, so let's get to it.
That's Carol. And I am Triton, god of showers. She feels like a goddess under that divine deluge. Triton, god of showers.
Dusty and gravelly conditions on the 10.5 kilometre Collina test made for a difficult opener. Josh Moffett felt he could have pushed harder on the cleaner sections, but was still fastest through, setting the early benchmark and signalling his intent. Eamon Kelly was second fastest, just 0.5 seconds behind, despite his Yaris understeering and oversteering throughout the stage. The car wasn't quite balanced, but Kelly's recent World Rally Championship experience no doubt helping him to make the most of it. 0.8 seconds covered the top 3 positions, with Keelan Grogan less than a second off Moffett's benchmark and showing immediate promise aboard that Fiesta.
Short, 5 left into flat, 5 right, 60. Long, 5 left plus, 150. 5 left plus, 80. 5 left minus, 40. Long, 4 right. 30. 5 left over 100 and nips. 150 up the middle. Late 4 right the wall.
Kelly and Grogan toed and froed over the next 2 stages, Grogan grabbing second place on stage 2 before Kelly's stage win on stage 3 stole the runner-up spot back, heading into the midday service halt. The Donegal driver, who had the flying postman Paddy McCrudden calling his notes, had plenty of moments through the 13.5 kilometre test, but was 2.5 seconds quicker than Moffett to stay within 5.5 seconds of the leader after Munster's opening 3 stages. And Grogan was only half a second back, making it a proper 3-way tussle. Shane Quinn and Matthew Boyle were enjoying a close battle for 4th. Boyle initially held the advantage after Quinn slid wide on a gravelly right-hander on stage 1. Quinn survived a scare on the second stage when he didn't see a warning board for one of its chicanes. He just about got the Fiesta slowed down enough to snake between the bales and was rewarded with 4th, 0.6 seconds clear of Boyle. Another to run wide on stage 1 was Cahan McCourt, the moment knocking his confidence. He bounced back with a 4th fastest time on stage 2, but he slipped behind Declan Boyle on stage 3 when his Skoda's brakes overheated halfway through the test. Only 0.3 of a second separated the Skoda drivers in the battle for 6th. Daniel Cronin was only 3.1 seconds further back as he continued to get up to speed in his Yaris. Gary Kiernan and Kevin Eves were battling for 9th, Kiernan struggling with his Fiesta's setup in dry conditions, while Eves had opted for softer tyres compared to his Rally 2 rivals. Jason Dixon was the first retiree of the rally, clattering into this telegraph pole on Munster's opener. The incident would red flag the stage for the following crews. Dixon managed to get out of the stage, but sadly that would be the end of his rally. Just outside the top 10, Dara Kearns lost some time with this visit to the hedge on stage 3. Conor Murphy set the early pace in the 2-wheel drive battle, going fastest on the opening stage to build a 1.5 second lead over Daniel Breslin's similar Mark II Escort. Breslin was happy to be in the mix with Conor and Jason after not being in the car since Burr. Danny Brady was 3rd fastest in his front-wheel drive Peugeot 208 Rally 4, showing some impressive pace against the high-powered modified monsters. Jason Black's Starlet was struggling with understeer early on, dropping 8.5 seconds to Murphy as the gap opened. The Armagh pilot was hoping for a clean event after retiring from the lead in Carlow. Murphy and Breslin traded places over the next 2 stages, but by stage 3, Conor Murphy had renewed his 1.5 second lead. Jason Black had found better pace thanks to quick setup changes after stage 2 and set the fastest two-wheel drive time on stage 3, moving into 3rd. James Bradley fell away from Modified's top 3 after this huge moment on stage 3. His Ford Escort Mark II lucky to escape with no damage. So time to catch up with some of the crews in the Anacotti Business Park service halt.
Josh, leading overall, how are you feeling?
Yeah, not bad. It's nice to be leading there. There's not much in it. The top 3, it's just like all within 5 seconds or so. So, yeah, look, hopefully we can do more of the same. We've made a few changes to the car now, so yeah, let's see how that goes.
Eamon, 2nd overall after that loop. How did you find the stages?
Aye, good. Really tricky, really slippy, which is the same for everybody, but we're managing that okay. Car definitely feels a lot better since Killarney, and probably driving a little bit better as well, but still not perfect. I'm going to try and change some things now. We're having moments which, you know, when you want to try and push on more, it's not ideal. You know that more moments will come and you need to be able to push comfortably. So yeah, we're just trying to use our heads and we'll not do anything stupid until the car feels really good.
Keelan, you're going well in that loop. You're in the top 3. How do you find it?
Finding it good actually. Yeah, it's surprising. I didn't think we'd be as quick as we are, but it's good. It feels comfortable and safe so far. So hopefully we can try and keep pushing on now in the next loop and see can we be even quicker. But so far so good, and as I say, it's feeling pretty comfortable. Yeah.
Connor, you're having a great battle with Daniel out there on the stages.
Good battle now, yeah. They're tricky. It's kind of anyone's game, you could say. Like, you know, a small mistake, you could be. It's very gravelly and loose, and yeah, we're going okay for now.
What's the plan for the next loop?
Same again, just get through cleanly, hopefully, and see where we lie after this loop.
Daniel, you're having a great battle with Connor out there. What's the stages like?
Well, the stages are demanding. It's nice to be on the pace of Connor and Jason there. Wasn't really expecting it, to be honest. Getting out of the car 2 months now and just trying to get a bit of seat time ahead of the Donegal rally. So it's good. It's good. Surprising where we're at, you know. And if it stays anywhere remotely close to that, I'd be quite happy.
So then, after 3 stages of the IPS Packaging Circuit of Munster Rally, the leaderboard looks like this. Well, it was a moment to remember for Keelan Grogan, who set his first ever overall fastest time on the second pass of Cullinan, going 0.2 seconds quicker than Eamon Kelly to move within 0.3 seconds of the 2022 Billy Coleman Award winner.
6 left, into flat crest, 120, short 5 left, into long, 6 right over crest, 40 over crest, and long, 6 right, minus 60. 6 right into flat crest, 120. Short 6 right to gate, 100. Caution, slow 4 right into the flat crest, into sudden long, 1 left, minus slippy, into.
Kelly responded on stage 5 as he found the higher road temperatures gave his Yaris much more grip, reasserting his control on second. Just when things were looking good, his pace proved too hot on stage 6. His Yaris appeared to clip a bank on the inside of a corner, sending the Toyota into a roll and onto the list of retirements. A tough end to a day that showed so much promise. Hopefully his team can get those repairs made ahead of Donegal, which is less than 3 weeks away. Josh Moffett made his mark, finding a nice rhythm on stage 5 to set the fastest time before using his experience as the rain hit on stage 6. The multiple champion made the most of the conditions to build a 20.8 second lead over Keelan Grogan and Eric Sherlock heading into Munster's final service halt. Shane Quinn made 3rd his own on stage 6, setting a time within 3.4 seconds of Moffett, despite encountering more rain on the longest test of the day. The Longford pilot was managing a soft brake pedal on his Fiesta on the wet stage, but ended the rally's middle loop 21.6 seconds clear of Callum McCourt. Confidence had returned to Tyrone's McCourt as he jumped ahead of Matthew Boyle on stage 5. Boyle was lucky to get away with this one on stage 4. He was soldiering through his illness and was only a 10th behind McCourt with 3 stages to go. A crash on stage 6 forced David Guest to retire from 15th overall in his Ford Fiesta Rally 2. In the two-wheel drives, Conor Murphy was still on great pace over the second loop, and was holding a 4-second lead over the chasing Daniel Breslin.
Latch 2 right, 250. Turn here from right around the bales over gravel. Mind the braking, and it is a bit loose. 130. Line fast 4 left carry, and it opens to 2 left. And flat 1 left past the lane, 170. Care line fast 4 right, and it opens a very long 2 right push out, 230. 2 left past the wall, carry. Only 80 caution, line laid tight, 3 left. Very long flat, 2 right.
Daniel, who wasn't far off the top spot, would be keeping the push on over the narrow and loose stages, but at the same time remembering Donegal only a few weeks away. He would go into the second service halt happy with how his day was going so far. Jason Black and Carl Egan were a further 19.3 seconds back. They were happier with the car setup over the second loop of stages.
20 seconds of a lead. Can you sit back and relax there for the next loop?
I don't think so. Everybody's still going very hard there, and yeah, look, I think we got just a nice lead there over the 5th and 6th stage there with a good push through them. But yeah, look, there's so much going on there and so loose and gravelly in places, you could easily drop a ball at times. So we'll keep pushing on and see how it goes.
Keelan, second overall now. What's the plan for the last loop?
I don't really know. I'm not used to being in this situation, but yeah, I think Josh is a bit too far ahead of us now. He's about 20 seconds ahead of us, so I don't see us catching him, but we have about 23 behind us to Shane, so we'll try and manage that and keep that intact and hopefully take home second. It'll be nice to get it.
Shane up to third now. Are you going to keep pushing Keelan and maybe move up another step?
To be honest, we're very happy to be in third. I can't see us catching Keelan on pace alone. He's having a phenomenal rally. We're doing our own thing here. Our big thing will be to keep Cahan McCourt behind us. I think there's 20 seconds up to Keelan and 20 seconds back to Cahan, so if we can stay where we are, we'll be happy.
Cahan, you're not far off the pace with Shane here just in front of you. What's this plan, a strategy for the last loop?
Oh, look here, kind of haven't got on the grooves today. A couple of good stages there for 4th and 5th stage, but just not pushing the full extent I could. Kind of want to car for Donegal, and there's tricky stages you get caught out very, very handy, and don't want a lot of work before Donegal. So, but look here, there's no excuse either. The boys are going hard too. Look, hey, we're going as comfortable as I want to go. And if I pushed any more, you'd be taking risks. So I just don't want to do that. And look here, I'm happy to be where I am.
Connor, how did that loop go? You're still holding the lead in the class?
Still holding it, yeah. It was grand. Just kind of getting a bit tricky there now. It's giving showers of rain, so it's hard to know how tired to go on, but we're happy enough.
Jack, you're leading the class. How's today going for you?
Not too bad. We had a slow start this morning, but we lost one of our competitors to the 4th stage there, so we were in second, so we took the lead then when Damien, he had lost the petrol tank company, some issue.
And will the rain now that's starting, will this affect things for you?
Aye, we're going to chance soft tyres. We'll not chance anything too brave.
Just get her home safely.
Get her home now, and we've got this length, so.
You're doing a bit of spinning about the stages, I've heard.
Yeah, it was, yeah. We had a spin on stage 3, but luckily got away with it. No damage anyway, that's the main thing.
And what's the plan for this last loop now?
Look, we just really want to get through it, get to mileage, especially if the rain is coming down now. We'd just rather get through it. We're really only using it as a test today, get some mileage on an engine and stuff, so if we could get through it now, we'd be delighted to get ready for the Stone Tours and Wexford, which are 2 local ones for us.
So here it is then, the overall leaderboard after 6 stages of the IPS packaging Circuit of Munster Rally. Great battling as always up and down the classes. Let's have a look at some of the results. Finbar Hurley and John Kingston secured Class 1 honours in their Peugeot 106. This small moment with a ditch on stage 3 didn't help matters, and the class victory wasn't assured until the final stage as Colin Gray mounted an impressive late charge in his Honda Civic, posting fastest times on the final 3 stages to cut Hurley's advantage from 21.4 seconds down to just 3.5. Anya Lonergan and Kieran Dermody completed the Class 1 podium in 3rd in another Civic. Oran England and Dara Mullen secured their third Class 2 victory of the National Championship Trail in their Peugeot 208 Rally 4, bringing the car home in 21st place overall to consolidate their advantage at the midpoint of the season. The Cavan and Sligo crew held their nerve against a determined challenge from Danny Brady. Brady and co-driver Kyle McDade finished 30.2 seconds behind England, who posted 3 stage wins to move into the class lead at one point, but a costly spin on stage 5 dropped him 12 seconds behind England, of whom there was no catching. Mozzie Costello had this dramatic roll on stage 1, putting him out of the rally. The pairing of Keelan and Molly Foley secured the Class 2A laurels in their Peugeot 208 R2, posting a commanding performance to finish well clear of their rivals. Their victory came despite an impressive drive from Oisin McShane. McShane, who was as high as 30th overall, was forced to retire after hitting a stone that had been pulled onto Munster's penultimate stage by earlier cars, a cruel end to what had been such a remarkable performance. Class 3 honours went to John Bagg and Aoife Ronan, with Francis Kelly and Megan Ryan finishing just 32.1 seconds behind. 2023 Billy Coleman Award winner Jack Brennan and his co-driver Mark McGeehan were happy to be back on class winning pace by taking the Class 4 victory in their Ford Fiesta Rally 3. They finished over a minute ahead of David and Cole Leonard's similar Fiesta. Adrian Quinn Jr. dropped out of second position when he went into this ditch on stage 3, ending his challenge early. Rob Heelan was 5th in Class 4 when he went ditch slapping on stage 4, his Fiesta retiring with a bent rear right wheel. Paul Cullen and Brian Rowan secured the Class 10 win in their Opel Corsa, showing impressive pace and finishing well clear of the Citroen C2 of John Ford and Sean Cronin. Jack Maguire and Keith McConnon took home Class 11F winning laurels in a Honda Civic. Second went to Ronan Clahessy and Mickey Joe Brown, who were over 2.5 minutes behind. Mark Dolphin and Tig Delaney proved fastest of the Class 11R contenders in their Starlet, dominating the rear-wheel drive battle. Ryan Brennan and Jack Mahoney claimed second place in their Corolla, while Des Forrestal and Davy Crean completed the Class 11R podium in third. Another Class 12 win went to James Cassidy and Jared McKenna in their Mark II Escort, marking their dominance in the 2-litre category. Rory Hennessy and Conor O'Connell secured second place in another Mark II, while the Peugeot 205 of Jared O'Shea and Mary O'Shea sealed third. Dave Slattery and Dennis Coffey emerged on top in Class 13 in their Ford Escort Mark II, proving their pace on the tricky Munster stages. 44 seconds behind the winners, Hugh McQuaid and Declan Casey claimed second in their Ford Escort Mark II. In Class 15, maximum points went to John Hickey and Natasha Murphy behind the wheel of their Mitsubishi Evo after a strong performance through the mixed conditions. Second place was secured by Darren McGuinness and Derek Maloney. A remarkable fight back ensured Gareth Deasley and Oisin Joyce took Class 20 honours in their Mitsubishi Evo 9. After building an impressive 32.2 second lead after stage 3, mechanical gremlins struck, handing the lead to David Doherty and Ashley Trimble. One almighty effort on Munster's final decider gave them a remarkable fight-back victory, proving their pace and resilience under pressure. A commanding drive through the narrow stages ensured Pader Walsh and Grace Walsh claimed historic honours in the Mark I Escort. At the top of the junior field, Graham Roach and Trevor Roach took maximum points in their Honda Civic. This moment on stage 1 may or may not have put manners on them for the rest of the rally. In second place, Catherine Walsh and Ava O'Driscoll followed them home, unable to match Roach's pace. Two junior crews not so lucky on stage 1, Colin Maguire and Owen O'Boyle, both going off on the same location. The Dacia Sandero Challenge provided plenty of drama in Munster. A second consecutive victory went to Evan Stapleton and Eddie Byrne, doubling up on their success from Carlow. Stapleton's stage win on the power stage secured victory after a tightly contested battle throughout the day. Second place for the second rally in a row went to Killian Doherty and Lauren Doherty, maintaining their consistency in the one-make series. Doherty survived this big moment on stage 7, while leading the class, eventually finishing just shy of Stapleton. Embroiled in the fierce battle for honours, Anthony O'Halloran and Cian Lynch claimed the final podium spot. Keelan Doyle led heading into Munster's decisive test with just 10.9 seconds covering the top 4 crews, but a broken wheel cost him victory and allowed Stapleton and Byrne to claim the honours. Jason Black and Carl Egan took third in the modified battle after a strong recovery drive from early setup and brake issues. Taking no chances on the damp stage 7, Black consolidated his position as he sought to gain seat time and a scratch-free starlet ahead of his first Donegal International Rally start in 8 years. Conor Murphy looked to have the upper hand over Daniel Bresden, but the game changed on stage 7 when the Kerry pilot lost over 15 seconds to his escort rival. Conor felt he just had no grip over the last few stages, so it wasn't the time to risk putting that escort off. Second would be a fine result for Conor after 9 challenging stages. Despite intercom issues that forced him to swap helmets with his co-driver Damien Doherty mid-stage, Breslin remained composed and controlled to seal a 17.9 second victory on a day to remember for the modified man.
Daniel, you've been smiling all day, but the smile has grown a bit wider now.
It has, surely, yeah. It's unbelievable. I'm absolutely delighted. It's our first win. Been the bridesmaid a few times now, second, a few thirds. Didn't think this would come, but found a bit of pace there today and just kept steady and kind of controlled the last couple of stages and went good. Yeah, happy out.
The Mayo husband and wife team of John Warren and Ruth Ann O'Connor secured their second top 10 finish of the national season, matching their result in Carlow. The Fiesta pilot cum agricultural engineer noted Munster's dry stage 4 as his most enjoyable since stepping up to Rally 2 machinery. Frustrated by a wrong morning setup, Kevin Eves and Chris Melley brought their Skoda home in 9th. Eves was unable to recover and find his usual pace-setting mindset, but a point-scoring finish will help put his Carlow drama to bed. Gary Kiernan said that while he pushed hard and the car felt exceptionally fast, the stage times didn't fully reflect the effort. He's hoping to build on experience and find more competitive times in dry conditions. The Fiesta driver finished 8th overall, a rapid time over the final wet stage put him within 7.5 seconds of 7th. That place went to Daniel Cronin and Pádraig O'Donovan, who recorded their most promising results since switching to Toyota. Cronin's Rally 2 mount showed improved handling after receiving setup input from British Rally Championship frontrunner Marion Evans. Stepping into the co-driver's seat while Declan Boyle's regular navigator Patrick Walsh was competing in Barbados, Kane Traynor guided the triple National Rally Champion to 6th place in another Skoda Fabia RS Rally 2. The partnership proved smooth as Boyle maintained a steady, trouble-free pace throughout the day. Against all odds, Matthew Boyle brought his Skoda home in 5th, an achievement made all the more remarkable given he was battling a vomiting bug throughout the day. Cahan McCourt and Barry McNulty pulled off a fine recovery drive themselves to claim a top 4 finish, but a hard compound tyre choice for the final 3 stages ultimately cost them a chance to challenge the podium positions, even though they somehow managed to set the fastest time through the rain on the penultimate stage. Shane Quinn and Stephen Reynolds took 3rd place in their Ford Fiesta Rally 2, ensuring 2 Fiestas graced an Irish asphalt podium for the first time since the Cork 20 in 2024. Quinn capped off his strong day with an impressive fastest time on the rain-soaked final stage, 2.5 seconds quicker than Keelan Grogan to claim the valuable power stage bonus point, keeping him within touching distance of championship leader Josh Moffett. Keelan Grogan claimed a career-best 2nd place overall, a remarkable achievement for the young Ford Fiesta Rally 2 driver, whose entire day had been electric from the opening stage. The young driver had backed off slightly towards the end, and he was left wondering what could have been had he pushed harder after going over 16 seconds quicker than rally leader Josh Moffett on the final stage, eventually finishing just 5.8 seconds adrift of the rally win.
6 right minus, 60 long, 5 left, 80, 3 right plus the chevron, 150, long, 3 right, into.
Keelan, massive congratulations. A day of first for you, first podium, first stage win. You must have been on rocket fuel that last stage.
Yeah, I don't know. As I said to a lot of other people, it just seemed to click today. I don't know what it was, but it did. And yeah, we started well and it felt comfortable, so we kept pushing on. And yeah, we got rounded all right. It was a bit tricky with the last loop with the rain, but even so, we got rounded and yeah, nice to get the second place, the podium, as you say.
Josh Moffett and Keith Moriarty will say it was all under control though, as they secured a well-earned start-to-finish victory at the Circuit of Munster, their second win of the series, extending their championship lead. Following some setup tweaks made since Carlo to the Toyota's shock absorber, valving and springs, Moffett found it more comfortable to drive and it seems to have unlocked another level of pace.
Josh, you commanded that one from start to finish. Nice for the championship and a nice one under your belt.
Yeah, certainly it's been a great day there for us. You know, given the competition and the tricky stages there, it's a nice one to get. I suppose conditions there in the last loop certainly mixed things up a bit there, and the lead was like, the margin went from like 22 seconds down to 5 there, so we were lucky in the end now to get it.
Yeah, it was a hard day in the nose. Now Kieran made it fairly difficult for us, but they were great stages once we got going. But obviously enough great to win the local rally. Happy out.
So confirmation then of the overall results of this year's IPS Packaging Circuit of Munster Rally. Another action-packed round of the Triton Showers National Rally Championship down. We hope you'll join us next time at the Stone Throwers Rally. Remember, you can support the page and the shows by subscribing and clicking that like button. From myself, Rory Williams, and all the Flying Finn Motorsport crew, thanks for watching.